Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Xah Talk Show. So today I'm going to create a Emacs Lisp XahEmacs distro. That is, you just download the XahEmacs distro, then you're going to have a great Emacs setup. So it's kind of a competitor to Doom Emacs and Spacemacs. Today is 2021, July 17th. Okay, so today is going to be just Emacs Lisp coding, okay? I hope to do this quickly, and I hope that by the end of the video, it will probably more than 1 hour, and no more than 2 hours. By the end of the video, you shall have a GitHub, okay, XahLi GitHub. You should see XahEmacs on GitHub, and you should be able to download it and have a working Emacs. Let's see, Xah GitHub, working Emacs, XahEmacs distro, okay. At least the draft version, okay. Now, where is my distro? I forgot to log into GitHub. Yeah. Okay, I need to sign in. Okay, I need to sign in, and I need to hide my my screen. So, okay, so give me a minute to sign in and hide my screen. Okay, let's see. Video, audio, video. Let's see, where is it? Video capture. Where do I video capture? Okay. So you can still hear my voice. Okay, screen capture, display capture, there it is. So you can still hear me, and let's see. Let me log in. Okay, I need to verify the phone number. I mean the 6-digit secret code. Okay, I'm logged in. So now let me turn back the video, my screen. There you have it. Okay, so mark the time and let's start to work. Okay, now if you have any comments, feel free to comment. Thank you, Cortez. Thank you, Cortez. Very good. Ronnie Reyes. Okay, Justin Carr. Hi guys. So if you have a comment, feel free to post it. I may answer it, but I do hope to be focused on, working on this Emacs distro. So so let me get to work, okay? Let me set this up here so I can see the new comments coming. And then okay. So go to Xah Talk Show. This is my talk show directory. You can see. Then today we are not going to use the browser much. Okay, I forgot to turn on the JavaScript. Refresh. Okay, that's today's talk show. We are not going to use the browser much. So home directory. Let's go to my home directory. Okay. Now my home directory. So this Emacs-D. This is my current init file, and so. You see, we are going to do. Why don't we write it down? So perhaps it's better that way. So yeah, because so we have kind of a a goal, specification. Okay, today create a XahEmacs distro and put it on GitHub. Okay, so what is XahEmacs distro? That's going to be XahEmacs distro is mostly just XahFly keys plus about 10 of my Xah packages, okay? And I believe that gives you plus some Emacs settings. I believe that will give you a minimal kind of as hackers say, minimalist philosophy. But I don't really like that word. It's kind of, it will give you a basic, very efficient, lean Emacs setup. Okay, and why do I want to create this? Because, I've been using it, I want to create it so that I can actually have a XAH system. Like one thing leads to another. Once I have this whole thing set up, I can start to add keys and started to deviate from the Emacs, the GNU Emacs convention, the tradition. I mean, SpaceMacs and DoomMacs, they both deviate from GNU Emacs. I worked on Ergo Emacs for like 10 years, about 10 years ago. So anyway, so now I'm starting over. Why do I want to make it? Because once I have this package, and I can start it to have a kind of like XAH system, like all my ideas. So XAH flag keys will be compatible with all the other packages. I can start it to add, a system. And it will be kind of a competitor to SpaceMacs and doing Emacs, although it will be a bit different in philosophy, of course. And it will be pretty much plain Emacs. So unlike SpaceMacs, for example, SpaceMacs has its own kind of system. SpaceMacs developed a layer, kind of their own system, directory structure, and for configuration, for extension, just specific to SpaceMacs. Now, Doom Emacs is not like that, but it has its own philosophy, and it creates like 400 packages. It installs 400 packages. And also, both of them are centered around the Vim key binding, which is a good thing. There are good reasons, there are advantages, and there are disadvantages. The advantage is that you can use Emacs. Once you get used to it, you can use both Emacs and you can use Vim. You can, flexible, and there are a lot users because of Vim. Vim is built-in editor in Unix, kind of the standard, the mainstream editor in Unix systems or Linux. You don't have to install it. On the other hand, Emacs, you have to install it, even in Linux. So Vim has become very popular, even though it's kind of hard, difficult to use, but it's a standard, sort of. Just like on Microsoft Windows, the Visual Studio Code editor is kind of the standard. And on the Mac, the standard is the Mac, I forgot the name now, the Mac OS, what's it called? We go to Discord, then we can see someone, Sietse, how do you pronounce your name? Sietse, he mentioned that, anyway, the Mac OS 10 editor, I forgot. Let's get on. So I want to work on stuff like, so XahEmacs distro. It will be centered around XAH keys. Then I will, plus some tens of my packages. And I wasn't doing this before, anyway, so that's enough about the reasons. Let's do it. Thank you, George from Australia, from Cortez from America, and George from Australia. Am I right? Is that the George I know? I think so. Giuliano, good morning. Is that Italy? Palazzi, Franco Palazzi. Okay, so XahEmacs distro. So, oh my God, it's a big task. How am I gonna finish? I already wasted 10 minutes. Okay, so let's begin. So first of all, I already created a Git. You can see here, 8 people watching, fantastic. Oh yeah, so let's find repositories. Let's find my code. The hacker says, where's your code? Where's your contribution? Okay, I do have some. I have some. Okay, XahEmacs. Okay, here it's empty, and it says XahEmacs site. It needs to change. Okay, so I also already set up a bookmark, so you can see this is the directory. So corresponding to that Git, and this needs to change XahEmacs distro. Let's dive into eShell and let's git commit. Let's say git status. Okay, git status something something. Okay, git file modified. Okay, git add something something. Git committed a do. That's right. This is lots of a do. That's committed. Okay, now git push. Okay, this is the standard operation, the Unix way. Okay, refresh XahEmacs distro. That's right. That's XahEmacs Git. Okay, close eShell, close that. Then, first of all, so let's begin. Okay, so okay, let's move this here a little bit. Let's move that here, adjustment. Okay, let's go to settings. Okay, so you are looking at the directory of all my Emacs settings. Okay, so I know a few things I want. Let me explain how these settings work. Okay, so first of all, you have an init file. Search for init. So there it is, the init file. You open it, and this is basically the main init file. This file tells Emacs to load other files and packages. So first of all, the most important thing is a few packages we need. Okay, so it's gonna be XahFly keys and the Xah ELISmod, Xah insert random ID, Xah CSS mod, and Xah HTML mod, and so on. Okay, I need to comments, questions. Okay, hello. Okay, I need to do this. So first of all, I need a directory structure. So this is the XahEmacs directory. They're gonna git pull, git clone it, and in these elis files. Okay, so actually sometimes we can look at how Spacemacs or Doom Emacs do it. Even I have created Ergo Emacs before, but sometimes I don't remember. Okay, this is a Doom. I did a video trying to install Doom before, and that video is 1 hour, and it's pretty lousy because I forgot that I need to know Vim keystrokes in order to actually do something with Doom Emacs. But okay, so they have a directory called modules. That's the way they do it. And in the modules, they have several directories of different tasks the module is supposed to do. Okay, so for XahEmacs, it's not going to be that complex. So Doom also has a server directory. Oh, it's empty. Then the test directory. Okay, and eShell directory. Okay, so that's Doom Emacs. So we are going to think. Stop talking. I need to actually think. So I need to create a directory. The directory. So first of all, about 3 months ago, I started to install Emacs on my the laptop, the Surface Pro, and there I have to, install my Xah config from scratch. Basically. Oh, okay. I talk too much. Okay, let's so first of all, I need XahFly keys. Okay, so actually write it down. Need XahFly keys. Needs lots of Xah packages. Okay, then let's start to do it. Go to my Git directory. Let's search for Emacs. Okay, so I need to XahFly keys. Okay, how is this going to be? Packages. Okay, let's just create a directory. Okay, open it, and XahFly keys, copy it. copy it over, and let's go up. Let's see. Okay, XAH CSS mod. So what the distribution will include besides XAH flag keys? Finish your story about the other computer, please. Okay, so it's going to be XAH flag keys and basically several other my packages. For CSS, for HTML, for JavaScript, these are the main ones. And for Emacs Lisp, and some kind of other utilities such as XAH insert random ID and Smex. Smex is not my package, but it will be included in XAH Emacs distro. So here's XAH HTML, XAH JS, XAH find, XAH diet. Okay, XAH find is another big package feature in XAH Emacs, and XAH diet is another big feature. Then XAH closure mod, not so much. XAH PHP mod, not so much. These I can skip. XAH lookup is very useful. That's gonna be another kind of feature of XAH Emacs. Then XAH math input will also be there. Basically, my main packages. Okay, and it will also include a few, like 3 or 4 other people's packages that I find useful. Okay, my story about other computer. Okay, there's not much. Okay, I was installing, I was using this. I have a Surface Book, and a few months ago, half a year ago, I tried to run Emacs on it, so I have to install from scratch. Basically, suppose I go to your home. If you invite me to your home, if I have to, if you got a new job, I have to set up my Emacs. So, and that's easy. Basically, you finish that in 30 minutes. Or basically all I have to do. So if right now I'm on a new machine, all I have to do is go to Git. This whole directory is on Git. XAH Emacs init. Then download everything. Then basically download all the packages I require in the init file, about 10 or so. Most of them my own packages, and then include the rest of my settings init file, and that's about it. Okay, so in order to create a XAH Emacs configuration, it's actually gonna be pretty much the same steps, except that now I have to worry about directory structure, because this is gonna be used by everyone. Everyone just download this XAH Emacs, so I have to think about what's the directory name, properly, as opposed to whatever directory my init file is at. For example, if you go to my init file, so this init file is the main thing. It loads every other thing. So if you open it, if you go to XAH flag keys, you can see here is my config for XAH flag keys. And as you can see, it loads the package at my Git repo. For me, that works fine. But if you're gonna create a distribution, you don't want XAH Emacs, part of XAH Emacs stuff in some kind of outside directory. So okay, let's get this done. Okay, so XAH get things. Okay, this I need. Okay, so let's go over here and let's switch to the init file. Okay, let's go to from the top, then actually, okay, go up. Actually, copy the entire init file. Copy the entire init file over here, and rename it XAH Emacs init. Okay, then we open the init. Then we do them one by one. Okay, let's see. Required I do, yes. Loading custom command and functions, yes. Okay. So let's magnify. Okay, so actually let's shrink. Okay, so we need that. So load XahEmacs settings. So that's the first thing. Let's go to Emacs settings. Okay, copy the file and back to here. Create a new buffer, paste it, then save it, and save XahEmacs settings.el. Okay, and change the name here to without the underscore. Okay, now we can open the settings file. Open it. So here's the settings. Let's look over the settings. So this settings file is the most fundamental basic setup for Emacs because it does not require any package. It's the most basic GNU Emacs setup. So by the way, you can find all these on my GitHub, but it's going to change. Once I create the XahEmacs package, I'm going to load. This is, as I'm gonna use it myself, like eating your own dog food. Then I'm going to load my own init files, which will change. Anyway, so settings, okay. Settings, let's not worry about settings because they are the same for, they don't require any extra package. They just rely on the basic GNU Emacs, okay. So the settings, electric indent, set default tab always indent, and so on. And some of the others we can worry about later, okay. Now Emacs abbrev, okay. So Emacs abbrev file, okay. So let's go to my abbrev. Okay, at this rate, we are not going to go anywhere after 2 hours. So I need to really start to code instead of talking. Emacs abbrev, okay, copy. Okay, so let's do it. So I'm going to create the Emacs abbrev file here, rename.el, okay. Wait, okay. So okay, so that part is done. Now load path, okay, load path, load the current directory, load file XAH. Okay, so now I need this package XAH get thing or selection, okay. So back to the init file, close the settings. Okay, I need to open this file. So here is a package, copy it, go to the directory, go to the packages, new file, paste it, and save it. Okay, so you can see there it is. Now close that. Okay, so that's one thing. XAH get setting, get thing or selection. Okay, actually, at this rate, we are not going to get anywhere. So I need to actually hurry up something. The load path will be okay. I hope that does, because this is going to be yeah. Okay, let's okay, so far let's comment out the rest of it so you can see. So we just have right now we loaded 2 configuration files and 1 package, XAH gets thing. Okay, then God, there are a lot to do actually. You know, every time I start to do this, you know, I think it's trivial. Well, it's trivial for me after 2 hours, but if I do this live, I have to explain a lot of things because otherwise you don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, because actually I did 1 hour video on this about a month ago, and that didn't go anywhere at the end of 1 hour. So today I'm actually starting over. But now there's actually a lot to do. So right now, XahEmacs consists of these 3 settings files, 1 init file and 2 other settings file, and also 2 packages. Okay. Okay, now let's try to get these 2 packages to work so that we can actually start XahEmacs. Okay, that's not too hard. So let's copy the XahFlag keys config. Let's go back to the init file, open it. Where's the XahFlag keys? Yeah, God. Okay, so actually let's load path. Now, can add to list take a relative path? I don't know. Describe function. List var element optional append load path add to list load path. Okay. Now, can load path take a relative path? I don't think so. So let's see, describe variable load path. Okay, so here is a bunch of all my load path. Let's copy that, new buffer, and let's make it space to new line. Let's make it this way so it's legible. So you can see every path in my load path is actually a full path. It's not relative path. So that means the value for load path probably needs to be full path. Therefore, this line of code is wrong. So we need to modify it. We need to change this to full path. How do we do that? Well, the magic of Emacs Lisp. Expand file path. Expand file name. There it is. That's a command. Okay? So let's try it. Okay, so let's see, expand file name, this path, then optional. Let's forget about option. Then let's evaluate this expression and see what we get. Okay, let's evaluate it. Now you can see in the mini buffer, the full path shows in the mini buffer, which is correct. You can see here. So this is the correct code. Delete it. Okay, we need to put it here, then remove that. You see, this line becomes this line. Okay, so that's how you do it. That's right. Okay, now everything you need a expand file name. So let's why don't we just add? Okay, so add that. Okay, so load path actually. So we're gonna replace all these load path something. Query replace to load path that. Okay, I hope you can see it. Yeah. Okay, so that. Okay, so XX. Okay, do it, kind of do it. God, there's how many? 19. Shit. That means I have to, move 19 packages here. Okay. So anyway, let's fix them one by one. So get thing is like thing at point. If you are a Lisp coder, then you know what that is. Am I still talking? Check. Good. If you code Emacs Lisp, there's a thing at point. Now XAH get thing is a enhancement of that. And it is used by some of my other packages. Okay. So now get replace pairs. Okay, so expand file name, load path. Okay, I discovered another thing. Load path. We don't need load path. Should end in what? Load path is a directory, right? Yeah, so load path is a directory. That's right. Load path is a directory, so we don't need this part. Okay, so yeah, so evaluate the buffer. Evaluate the expression, evaluate last expression, and we see the path correct. Okay, so that's one-time thing. We don't need actually to do that. So delete that. So XAH replace pairs. Now it makes everything simpler. Okay, now XAH replace pairs is Emacs Lisp utility that provides a simple syntax to replace multiple pairs of strings, find and replace pairs of strings in one shot. So you don't have to do a while loop in Emacs Lisp. Okay, so what is this XAH Emacs Lisp utility? Okay, we need that. And what is this? This is XAH fly keys. So load path we don't need anymore. Add to list load path we don't need. That's right. So okay, so now we have three packages here. Let's add it to the packages. Okay, now go back to my personal init file. Let's see where are the okay, init file. Where are the, so what's the next thing we need to add? Find replace pairs. That's the one. Okay, so it's in this directory. So copy it over here, new buffer, paste it back here. Go to the diet, copy the file name back to this window, save it as something.el. Done. Go to the diet, you can see here. Okay, fantastic. Close and close. Okay, now next, XAH Emacs Lisp utility. Open the directory, open the file, copy back here, new buffer, paste, save as. Copy the file name, save as XAH Emacs utility.el. Fantastic. Close it, refresh, you can see it's here. Now close. Next, XAH fly keys, the big item. Okay, open the directory, open the file, copy the file back here, new buffer, paste. Actually we can use a macro for this. Okay, so now save the file XAHFlyKeys.el, close it, refresh, you can see it's here. Okay, close. Okay, now XAH fly keys is there. Okay, now we can reached a break point. So far so good. Schneiderman Van says, "Hi, gonna be okay. Buffalo meat. Oh, buffalo meat. Okay, so XAH package. Okay, so far XAH Emacs package has these config files. Okay, now let me recap. The XAH Emacs init is what we have been working on so far, just 30 lines, 70, 80 lines. Okay. XahEmacs init, and this init files loads all these other init files. And also loads these packages. Okay, now this XAH flag keys shouldn't be here. Delete. Now this elist util should be over there. So there, that's right. So right now it loads 4 packages and this init file. Okay, we can call it a day and try it. Okay, so now this is let's show you the overall structure. Okay, so now git status. What's our status? Git says, oh, you got a new directory and so on. Git add. Okay, add them all. Now git commit. Do commit and commitment. Okay, now let's go to GitHub. Thank you, Microsoft, for GitHub. Oh, we forgot to git push. Git push. Okay, to HTTPS GitHub. Okay, now GitHub refresh in the browser. Fantastic. Now you can actually go there and download git clone XahEmacs. And we don't know if it works. We don't know. So the next step is to test it. If the test passed, unit test. Once that passed, then we actually have the XahEmacs package. We can just gradually add more configurations and more packages. Okay, now how do you test? Well, in order to test, you have to get rid of your Emacs directory. Wait, let's see. Then we start to have to, we have to, now we are in a position to write documentation. Like, people go here, they how do you install it? What command? What, we have to, okay, so what's the next thing? So once people clone this, all you have to do in your Emacs D is that, for example, let's look at my Emacs init. Okay, you see, so if I open it, let's show the pink window. So if I open the Emacs init, you see there are not many things. Let me read of the comments. I don't need these comments. Okay, so actually, what is this? PowerShell, GoMod, Smex. Okay, we don't need it. Okay, so the whole init file is this single line. It tells Emacs to load another file as your actual init file. This is good. So let's undo this. Let's make a backup. Go to the directory. You can see the backup here. Okay, then open the init file. We don't need it anymore. So delete this part and tell it to load the XahEmacs init. So this is what you tell people to do. So where is XahEmacs init? It's in this directory. Copy the file path. Let me show you. Okay, so you can see. So basically comment that out. So you tell people to, in your emacs.emacs.d init.el, you tell people to add this line, and the file path will be pointing to your XahEmacs directory wherever you installed it. Okay, that's instruction. We need to write that. Okay, so open the XahEmacs directory, open a new buffer, and installation instruction. Okay, save the file as install readme, something like that for now. Okay, .txt. Okay, it will be very simple. Okay, let me say, create a file name at in that file, put this line. Okay, where, okay, wait, full path to XahEmacs. Okay. So this is the instruction for installation. Okay. Directory path should end in a slash. Okay. That's the instruction. Save it. Go to diet. You can see we refresh. We created a install readme. Okay. Now we are going back to our init file. You see the Emacs init file, and this is all there it is. Okay. Let's try it. Okay. Let's go to E shell. Clear. Okay, let's magnify the E shell. I mean, not E shell, the PowerShell, Microsoft PowerShell. Now, do we have the Emacs path? No, we don't. So, okay, so we have to, now I have to start Emacs from the shell. Okay, so let's go to download. Download Emacs bin. Okay, run Emacs. What? Why is it not completing? What? Emacs D? That's wrong. What? CD to the Emacs bin. What's going on? Shit. What? It's not open. Okay, so here is the location of my Emacs installation. So, oh, there's an Emacs D there by mistake. So I created by mistake. So you actually want, when you want to start Emacs, you want to run the command run Emacs. Okay, the font is too small, and I'm not sure how. I don't think it's possible to increase the font size on the Windows, the idiotic Windows. There it is. There it is. Run Emacs. Okay. Okay. So back to PowerShell. Why the? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's idiotic. Let's go back to Emacs. Okay. Download Emacs bin. Search for run. There it is. Copy the file path, new buffer, paste it. That's much more faster than doing it in Emacs in PowerShell. Okay, so copy that. So clear. You don't need to clear actually. Just paste it. So this is how you run Emacs in Windows on the command line. Okay. Now once we run it, we'll know. You know, once we run it, let me repeat. Okay, it will load. Close that, close that, close that, close that. It will load this, you know, .emacsd at my home directory. It will load this init file, init.el, and in this file, it'll just tell Emacs to load the XahEmacs. Okay. Test. Do it. No. Warning. Initialization. An error occurred while loading. C users xah.emacs.d init.el. File is missing. Cannot open load file. No such file or directory. Users xah git XahEmacs. What? What do you mean no such directory? Let's try to open it. It opened. What the fuck? What? Load file, users xah git split buffer, open it. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Cannot open load file. No such file or directory. C users XahEmacs. Okay, C users Xah/git/Emacs. There is a directory. What do you mean you cannot? No such file or directory. I don't know why. So let's evaluate this list code and see what happens, okay? So eval last expression, there is the error. File missing, cannot open load file, no such file, or blah blah blah. No such file, your ass. Now, is that because of the C, the drive prefix on Windows? You know, Emacs don't support Windows well. Cannot load file. What do you mean cannot load file? The file does not exist. The file is right there. Oh. I know why, okay? Now let's get rid of the, okay? Why this doesn't work? Because I fucked it up. This should be a file, not directory. Yeah, okay, so this should be a file. I'm giving it a directory. That's incorrect. This should be a file, okay? So the file is this file name, okay? Copy the file path, close it, select all, paste it, fantastic, okay? Okay, file, and let's also go back to the, we need to change the instruction. So go back to XahEmacs instruction file, install readme, full path to, and yeah, so actually, okay, that's right. Save it. Okay, then remove this line we don't need. Okay, that's it. That's that. Now try again. Now close that. Back to PowerShell. Do it. Okay. Now a new error. An error occurred while loading something. XAH.emacs.d init.el file is missing. Cannot open load file. No such file directory. XAH get thing. Okay. Use it anyway. Yeah, but it's, you see, it worked. Okay, so yeah, it kind of worked, but we got error. Okay, so let's quit. Well, what's going on my talk show? Let's see my talk show. Don't fuck up with my talk show. Okay, so we got some path error. So no problem. Let's open the, wait, what? Oh, let's open the XahEmacs init. Some path is incorrect here. We can fix that. Now what is the error? Shit, I forgot what is the error. So load path, so load path should be correct. XAH get thing packages. XAH get thing is there. Now why is XAH get thing is not, what? Do it again. Let's see what's the error. File is missing. Cannot open file. No such file or directory. XAH get thing. So this part, okay. Why is it not? Why cannot you load it? You idiot. Search. Did we have a spelling error? No. So require XAH get thing. Okay. Yeah, but XahGet thing is right here. Why can't you just find it? Well, that's probably because your load path is incorrect. Let's see, packages. Did we spell it incorrectly? Search for packages. No, that's correct. Okay, so at this point, what you have to do is you have to say, let's debug time. Okay, so okay, actually, if I just think, it should work. You know, that's the thing. So you guys have just watched me. So what file missing? So it's, you see, it says here it cannot load the XAH file thing. I mean the XahGet thing. Why? Probably because the load path, the packages path is not, it's not getting it. Okay, so why? So, you know, what we can do is say messages. Okay, messages load path. You know, we can do that. Then it will print, yo, what timing? I just switched to Vorak. I expect your distro will be well worth it. Will be well worth it. Thank you. That's what I hope for. So, okay, so debug time. So let's print the load path, shall we? Actually, I don't need to do this because if I just think, I should know what's going on. So why is the, so okay, so let me think, okay. Users XahGet XahEmacs packages. So that's a directory. So load path. So you add to list to, add to the load path. The value of load path is a list of paths, a bunch of folder names. And it should be a full path. So we just added, we use the add to list function to add this relate, this is a relative path, but we use the expand file name to get the full path. So, okay, so I think what's going on is that the expand file name, stupid, I know what's going on. Okay, so expand file name, we are trying to use this function expand file name to convert a relative path to a full path. Now, in order to do that, one of the ingredients you need is the reference path. So normally, you think of relative path is relative to the current path. So the current path, of course, is this file. So, this file is the Emacs init. This file is in Emacs init, and the packages directory is in the same directory, so it should load it. But however, in Emacs Lisp, when you use expand file name, the current directory is not actually this file. It's not actually the file it's actually running. That's a problem of Emacs Lisp. Idiotic. Okay. The current directory is actually wherever you run it. It's the current directory is probably, my Emacs, bin something run Emacs, that directory. So when you expand file name with respect to that directory, of course, there's no subdirectory named packages under it. That's what I think. Okay, I'm pretty sure. And for this reason, that's why this long function, this function exists, get full path. Okay, so, okay, yeah, so I need to use this function, stupid Emacs. So instead of using expand file name, let me show you the changes we need, okay? So let's work on this, copy it. So let's, there. So this is how you do it. XahGet full path, then packages. Okay, let's try it. Yeah. Okay, so comment that out, clean, delete that. Good. Back to PowerShell. Let's start again. Now let's close this Emacs. Do we have another Emacs instance? Right, okay, so close that. Now let's make it different. So right now my Emacs setting, you see the background is this, kind of, this is called honeydew color. So let's, in a init, let's make it set background color, okay? What? Why is it no completion? Set background color, okay? Oh, shit. I forgot what's the syntax for background color. So let's just search it. Okay, so settings. Okay, so that's how you do it. Honeydew. Okay, so it's a string. So okay, set background color. Let's use a color. Let's list color display. Okay, I forgot what's the name I want. Okay, so cone silk. Okay, I remember cone silk is a good one. Okay. So in XAH package, XahEmacs list, the cone silk is gonna be the background now. So now go switch to PowerShell, run it, do it. Fantastic! XahEmacs is complete. Can you see that? Yes. Yes. Okay, yeah, yes, yeah. Basically, it's kind of like complete. It's even loaded my close it. Yeah. So do I have XahFly keys? Yes, I'm even using XahFly keys. Fantastic. So final. So today I would consider this today's live stream is successful. Okay, good enough. Like okay, let's git commit. Let's git commit. Okay, so summarize. Let me summarize again. So XahEmacs is a package you can download right now. Okay, let's commit first. Okay, let's go to eShell. Git status, please. Git add all, please. Git commit, please. Do. Git push, please. Okay, so it's now on GitHub. That means you can go to GitHub. Go to GitHub. Wait, what the? Why do I have that multiple? What's this black one? Oh, that's a comment in a separate window. So you can go to GitHub, refresh. Go to GitHub now. XAH GitHub. Then you have XahEmacs, and it's basically that's it. So, and you download it, you read the instruction. Let's read the instruction. Install readme. Follow the instruction, and you will have XahEmacs package. So what is left to do? Close that. So back to my Emacs. So what is left to do? Let's see. Where is it? So you are looking at. Wait. Oh, the C shell got, the cone shell color got overwritten by my init here. So, okay, so settings. So let's change it to. Okay, yeah. So let's do that. Cone silk. Okay, that's the background color. Cone silk. So remove that. Okay, actually, let's start. Okay, so let's not have too many windows. Close the new one. Okay, now let's not have too many windows. Let's close this window. Okay, so now go to PowerShell, start it. What? You're taking too long. But anyway, so that's that. There you have it. That's XahEmacs. So what else we have to do? We have to basically add 10 more packages or 15. But it's becoming, at this point, it's basically the structure is basically done. Okay, actually, when you do actually I might have to rename a thing here or there, things like that. But basically the structure is done. So you see, it's not difficult at all. It's kind of trivial. So we talked for 1 hour, precisely 1 hour now. And we can call it a day. So what comments? So any comments you have, post it now. Well, Xa, can you make these streams as part 1, 2, 3? Like creating XahEmacs part 1 and so on. Would love to follow. Okay. Yes, I can do that. But basically we are done here for XahEmacs. Because, I showed, it's nothing fancy. Spacemacs and DoomMacs is much more fancier. They require lots of structure, lots of, in Spacemacs, they, lots of things. But for my stuff, one of the reason, my Emacs setup is very lean, only require 20 packages, is because I like it that way. I want GNU Emacs, and also because I've been using Emacs for 20 years, so I'm Emacs Lisp coder, so I don't use other people's packages, almost none of it, except a few. Anything I want, I write my own. So, and I also make sure that all my packages are the extreme efficient possible in terms of speed, also in terms of keystrokes. So for the users, it's the most efficient and also the fastest. These, many other Emacs developers and features packages, Doom Emacs, Spacemacs, they include lots of packages, and they have their advantages, such as they provide lots of user interface coloring, but that's we have different philosophy, so you can try different ones. So my the one XahEmacs is very lean and very fast. Everything you need to do, it mostly rely on the GNU Emacs power, the internal power. You don't need like I talked about the things. For example, a lot of people like Hydra. There's a Hydra key binding. There's a godmod key binding. There is a there's a Helm. There's Icicles, which is the old one. There's there are quite a lot of these very popular. And they are good. And some people like Projectile. And some people like, and there are there are tens of Vim add-ons. Make every package Vim compatible, EvoMod compatible, and so on. So they are good. They are different feature set. Okay, but many of them with lots of prettiness usually means it's slower, unavoidably. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, let me drink, and that's it for today, I think. Let's add one more, okay? So let's add one more thing to Emacs in it. So first of all, close this. So I'm glad this is actually done, actually. So I can use XahFly keys to quit Emacs. So on Vorak, it's space WQ. So watch my type, space WQ. Fantastic. Okay. So you see, now I'm back on my Emacs. So let's add one more thing maybe. Okay, so let's see. So now we have 3 packages. We have actually 4 packages, XahGetThing, XahReplacePair, XahELisp utility, and XahFly keys. And also, since I'm doing this package for other people, I need to remove that, Vorak, because other people are probably not Vorak. Okay, remove that. Then Smex. Okay, Smex I need. Okay, shit. Oh, okay. So that let's install that. Smex is a great one. I like Smex. Smex is a MetaX replacement. The full name is, the Emacs command full name is execute extended command. That's the command name for when you press MetaX. And Smex is a replacement. It's a fantastic replacement. And let's go to Smex directory. Okay, so let's see, where is it? So I need to go to my settings. Okay, search for Smex. There it is. Okay, open the file, copy it, go back to the XahEmacs packages, open new buffer, save it as smex.el. Okay, now go to diet. You can see there it is, new. Okay, refresh. Yeah, there it is. Okay, then we can start XahEmacs again. It's too slow, shit. Okay, but anyway, there it is. Okay, and call Smex. Wrong argument. Command P Smex. What? Smex is here, so why is it not? In packages, right? Smex, that's right. Let's open it. Smex, spelled correctly. Close that. Let's go back to init file. Open it. Setq. Oh yeah, because you haven't loaded. Of course. What an idiocy. You configured it for XahFly keys, but you haven't actually load Smex. Okay. Where's Smex? Where did I load Smex? Let's search Smex. Okay, kind of late here. Uncomment it, and just say load. Okay, delete that. Let's load here. Okay, let's load it here. Instead of load, let's require Smex. Okay. Fantastic. Now, close that. Try again. XahEmacs. Good. Press A for Smex. Press A because I'm in XahFly keys. So I press A. Fantastic. Can you see? Let me cancel. Okay. Control G. Let me try again. Now, this is QWERTY. Okay, Control G is here. Get the fuck. Oh my god, I'm on XahFly. I'm on a QWERTY physical keyboard, but the XahFly keys on Emacs is set up to use. I'm on a Vorak physical keyboard, but the XahFly keys on Emacs is using QWERTY. So in QWERTY, to cancel should be Control G. So I need to type Control G in Vorak. Okay, so Control G. There it is. Okay, so now press A. Press A to call Smex. Do it. Fantastic. You can see. Magnify. You see? So that's Smex. Okay. Cancel. Okay. Control G. Cancel. Yeah. Wait. Cancel. Yeah. So this is XahEmacs. Okay. Now I think that's it for today. Okay. So let's go to eShell again. Git status. Git add. Git commit. Git push. Now back to Google Chrome, GitHub. Go to XahEmacs, magnify. Okay, so you click on packages. You can see Smex is there. A lot of ado. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Fantastic. What do I think about auto completion? Yeah, that's okay. That's a good question. Auto completion is a very useful package. There are several of them. One is named autocomplete. The other one is called company. What an idiotic name, company. It actually stands for complete, something like complete or something. C-O-M, actually, if I read it out, C-O-M-P-A-N-Y, there's a company mod, which is a complete any. Okay, so company mod, it actually stands for complete any, which is supposed to be a improved version of the autocomplete package. Okay, those are external packages. This is one of the problems of the GNU Emacs and Free Software Foundation. They should have built it in Emacs, but the Emacs also have completion, but that is pretty old. Old technology. You don't have a pop-up thing widget at the point you want to complete. But however, autocomplete and that company mod, they are hacks. Okay, they are extreme hacks, because Emacs lists do not actually have a infrastructure to let you have pop-ups. Okay, so I'm gonna start to talk random now. I'm done with today's main thing. Let me talk random. Okay, let's look at JavaScript. Let's look at DOM. Okay, now you scroll down and turn on JavaScript. Yeah, turn on JavaScript. You go to pop-up. Okay, tooltips. In Mac, it's called balloon help. Okay, not pop-up window. Wait, hold on a second. Okay, image rollover, stopwatch. How to create a tooltip. Okay, so you see, I hover over here. You have this pop-up. Okay. On Windows, this is called tooltip. It will. You see, when you move cursor to certain widget, it'll give you a short explanation what that widget or button do. So in HTML with JavaScript technology and DOM in CSS, you can also implement that, and I show you how to do it. Okay, that's this. Search for JavaScript how to create tooltip with my name. Add my name to it. You'll find my page. That's how you do in JavaScript. In Emacs, you can also have that. There are several techniques, but anyway, the way autocomplete and the way their interface is a hack. Okay, basically you cannot you can achieve this effect in Emacs by a hack. So the code is very complex. So I don't like those. So, but completion is a greatly useful feature. What do I do? What do I do if I don't use autocomplete or company mod? Okay, here what I do. For example, let me show you. Okay, switch to Emacs. So I want defun. Okay, so defun. So let's see. Let's switch to Emacs list mod. Okay, so call Emacs Lisp mod. This is the default Emacs Lisp mod from GNU. Okay, so let's magnify. Let's say I want to type defun, press tab. It doesn't work. In fact, I just want defun, press tab, and it gives you that defun declaration alias, defun prompt rejects. I don't want that. I just want the defun function to define a function in Emacs Lisp. So instead, I have to type. Let's try Control-Alt-Tab. Okay. Shit. Yeah, that's another thing, because Emacs default keys conflict with Windows and Mac. So now I have to stop, either change Emacs keys for completion, or I have to change Windows key from stealing, Emacs keys. That's an Emacs problem. They need to fix this. But the Emacs people, they are elite. We are here first. You should change your Windows keys to Emacs keys. Fuck Emacs. Fuck them. That's why they Emacs users. There's no users. Shrink and shrink and shrink. But they don't know. They think there's a lot of Emacs users. Look. There's on YouTube. There's so many Emacs, hackers, such as XahLi. They are all glorifying Emacs. Emacs is the best editor. Fuck. So anyway, so completion, define. So what you have to do, you have to actually add the parentheses first, okay? So you type parentheses, then DEF, okay? Then you press tab, then you got the completion, okay? Let's see, DEFUN, okay? Let's tab again. Okay, so possible completion are that and that, okay? Enter. Yeah, fuck. Complete. Possible completions are define. Yeah, I just want define. How do I forgot what tab doesn't work. Space. Okay, so that did I anyway, so that's the Emacs way. Okay, so that's this for most people. This is when you want to install company mod or autocomplete. Actually I can show you once how beautiful that is, okay? So list packages, okay? Let's ramble, okay? Let's ramble about Emacs. So let's install what the fuck? Let's call list packages. Let's install company mod, okay? Search for company. Okay, this they have a lot of compatible let's see. So now they have 160 matches for company mod because so you have this company mod which is for completion, but then you have like a bunch of others that adds compatibility for other mods, that company Erlang, company Flow, company Flex, company 1,000 packages you have to install. Yeah, and as an Emacs user, you have to figure all this out yourself. That is why Spacemacs and DoomMacs, they become popular. Nobody is fucking using GNU Emacs. That's the Emacs problem. That's the mothership, the problem of the mothership. Fuck Richard Stallman. He should be responsible for it. Because he's not, he did, anyway. So company mod, okay? So I'm just going to go into company mod here, and I'm going to install it, okay? Open it, okay? Install, yes. Okay, I have company mod. Let's close it, okay? Back to my single window, close it, okay? Now let's try the define. Let's turn on company mod first. Company mod enabled in current buffer. Okay, now press tab. Wait, no, I don't even have to press tab. Let's just type define. Okay, let's try again. DEF. There it is. DEFUN. No. Why doesn't it have just define? Fuck. The problem. I don't know what is going on, but usually you just why is it not giving me? Oh, okay. Okay, it also needs a parenthesis first. Okay, a pain in the ass. There it is. Wait, why doesn't? Is there a way to? Anyway, there it is. Company mod. Okay, then you need YA snippet, which stands for yet another, snippet, which is 10 years history. I know it personally because 10 years ago I was thrilled about it. I wrote several tutorials and so on. I don't use them these days. So anyway, there is your company mod. Then if you want the template for the define, you need YA snippet, which I actually contributed these templates, okay? But I don't use this these days, okay? So what I do, so let me show you. Switch to XahEmacs list mod, okay? Now I'm in XahEmacs list mod. Magnify, okay? Now you want define, okay? There it is. Okay, let's try again. Actually, I just typed D, okay? Enter, you got defun. Enter again, you got the whole template, parentheses. And you can also, you have all 1000 Emacs list functions templates, okay? The most frequently used ones, the top 150, the top 50 ones, you have a 1 letter or 2 letter abbreviation, okay? So I have a website. Just search for XahEmacs list mod. You can see my explanation why features. So this is how I do completion. But what if you are in JavaScript? What if you are in Golang? What if you are coding PHP? Where is your completion then? Do you actually have to write a mod for every language? That's what I happen to do. I happen to write a mod for the completion the way I like for the languages I use, which includes Emacs list, JavaScript, mostly just these two, okay? Emacs list, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and what else? And I also have a package for Clojure, but it's not, it haven't been maintained for several years. Anyway, so what is the solution for completion in XahEmacs distro? Because I don't think I can, write a mod for every major languages. There are too many. It doesn't take much time though, by the way, but I'm not going to do it. So I will probably bundle autocomplete, possibly, okay? I don't know for sure. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Most videos on YouTube are about 100 years old, huh? I cannot convince myself to switch from Vim to Emacs. I'm very accustomed to my Vim key bindings. Well, there's an evil mod, which is Vim in Emacs. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys, and thank you Cortez, thank you George for the pizza. And bye guys, buy my tutorial, okay? Buy my tutorial, buy my JavaScript tutorial. It's the best JavaScript tutorial in depth. Top 3, okay? Top 3 JavaScript tutorial in depth and in breadth, cover the entire language in the English-speaking universe. Okay, I would consider my JavaScript would be the top 3, including whoever wrote them, in the history, wherever you can find, online or printed books, there are quite a few, also by the, I can name, by the Yahoo guy, by the guy who created JSON, what's his name? By whoever, JavaScript, literature out there that teaches JavaScript in depth, or even as a beginner, okay? Even as a JavaScript basic for beginners or in depth, okay? Or that exists out there, printed or online, I would consider Xah JavaScript in depth is the best one, okay? Or to be not so arrogant, I would consider my JavaScript in depth to be top 3, one of the best. So it depends on your preference for writing style, for organization, for explanation style, okay? So you guys buy it and buy my Emacs tutorial. Okay, that's 90 minutes today. Thank you guys, bye. So I'm gonna finish the Xah, since we have a structure now. I'm going to finish the XahEmacs distro. So I just need to go through all these files, my own init file, and to put them into XahEmacs. That's it. Okay. So, but before we go, I want I'm gonna talk nonstop. Let me show you my JavaScript completion. Okay. Well, actually, yeah. So let's see. Okay. So switch to JavaScript mod. So you can see Xah JavaScript right here. So I want the arrow function. So AF for arrow function. There you have it. So if I want to write a function that adds 1 to whatever number, I can just write it like that. For example, let's see. Constant arrow function, just 3 keys, just 3 letters. Okay, press enter. There you have it. Okay, so add 1, for example. So here x plus 1. Okay, so we can test it. So console log cl space console log. Okay, so add 1 3. Okay, now run it. Now there's another command in XahFlyKey, so I can run this file. But first of all, I need to save it. It's untitled. So if I don't do anything, so let me show you. Okay, so let's show the pink window so you can see the command I call. So I run the file. It asks me to save the file first. So xx.js. Okay, for temporary. Save it. Okay, so you can see the answer in the buffer here. It's 4. You know, because I'm running Deno. Deno is, you know, using this funky output color. You know, I don't like it, but anyway. So that's how I do completion in JavaScript. Yeah, but okay. So, by the way, you don't have to just type. So you know, I demonstrated the abbreviation. But if you don't know the abbreviation, you can type the console, for example, CON, and press tab, and you'll just, you know, in a traditional Emacs interface, it'll show you the possible completions you could have with starting with COL. So let's say console CONSOL. Okay, so console log, do it. There you have it. Okay, but this way is not so good. Anyway, bye.